You never know when you might be sprinting. Jeans, black t-shirt, and a blue sports jacket that concealed my 9mm Glock, my radio, my pocket comb, and breath mints. Beats carrying a purse, like Ms. Sims did. Anyway, it was a nice day in May, and the big ornamental clock across the street said 3:17. We'd been waiting for this character for over 2 hours. The Iranian mission to the UN is located on the upper floors of a 39-story office building off 3rd Avenue, between East 40th Street and 41st. Because of the UN, Manhattan is home to over 100 foreign missions and consulates, plus residences, and not all of these countries are our buds. So you get a lot of bad actors posing as diplomats who need to be watched, and it's a pain in the ass. They should move the UN to Iowa. But maybe I shouldn't complain. Watching bad guys pays the rent. I was the team leader today, which is a guarantee of success, and on this surveillance with me were 4 agents on foot and 3 other vehicles, another Chevy SUV and 2 Dodge minivans. The other 3 vehicles also have 1 NYPD and 1 FBI agent, which means at least one person in the vehicle knows what he or she is doing. Sorry. That wasn't nice. Also, FYI, each vehicle is equipped with the whole police package. Flashing lights in the grille, siren, tinted windows, and so forth. Inside the vehicle we have 35mm digital Nikon cameras with zoom lenses, Sony 8mm video cameras, handheld portable radios, a portable printer, and so on. We all carry a change of clothes, a Kevlar vest, Metro cards, Nextel cell phones with a walkie-talkie feature, sometimes a rifle and scope, and other equipment, depending on the assignment. Like, for instance, a little gadget that detects radioactive substances, which I don't even want to think about. In any case, we are prepared for anything and have been since 9/11. But you know, shit happens even when you have a shit shield with you. High-tech toys aside, at the end of the day, what you need with you is an alert brain and a gun. When I was a cop, I did a lot of surveillance, so I'm used to this. But Special Agent Sims was getting antsy. She said, maybe we missed him. Not likely. Maybe he changed his plans. They do that. I'll bet they do it on purpose. They do that too. Another 15 minutes passed, and Special Agent Sims used the time to study a street and subway map of Manhattan. She asked me, "Where do you live?" I looked at the map, pointed, and said, "Here, on East 72nd Street." She glanced out the windshield and said, "You're not far from here." "Right. You have a map of Iowa? You can show me where you live." She laughed. A few minutes later, she asked me, "What is that place behind us?" "Ah Bon Pain." "It's like a coffee shop, a chain." "Do you think I can run out and get a muffin?" Well, she had running shoes, but the answer was no, though maybe if Ms. Sims got out of the SUV and if Khomeini Weenie came out of the building and got into a car, then I could drive off and lose Ms. Sims. "John?" Well, my radio crackled and a voice, one of the guys on foot, said, "Target exiting subject building from courtyard, out and moving." I said to Sims, "Sure, go ahead." "Didn't he just say—" "Hold on." I looked into the courtyard that separated the subject building from the adjacent building where 2 of my foot guys were helping to keep New York clean by collecting litter. The radio crackled again and Sweeper 1 said, "Target heading east to 3rd. I saw our target walking through the courtyard, then passing under the ornamental arch and clock. He was a tall guy, very thin, wearing a well-cut pinstripe suit. We give nicknames or code names to the targets, and this guy had a big beak and moved his head like a bird, so I said into my radio, "Target is henceforth Big Bird." Big Bird was on the sidewalk now, and all of a sudden another guy, who I profiled as being of Mid-Eastern extraction, came up to Big Bird. I couldn't make this new guy, but Big Bird seemed to know him, and they seemed happy and surprised to see each other, which is pure bullshit. They shook